Morning Winston, morning Crashzone users. Hey, just want to have a bit of a chat about the future. We've seen a lot on the news around interest rates dropping or rising, money's drying up, businesses are closing in all sectors. We're not immune to this, so a quick rundown on the history and where we're going and why, and then what we can do about it to future-proof ourselves. So on the slide, or the screenshot that comes with this video, you'll see the wave from 1900 through to 2050, and the predictability of the upturn in the economy and the downturn. It's no different to the tide coming in and out each day or week. So there's nothing fancy about this. It happens. So we have a simple wave from 1900 to 20. We're at the peak of a wave. We're just coming off the top of a wave at the moment. Christmas 25, we should be at the bottom. So we've got to get from now, so we've got 18 months worth of downturn. So what does downturn look like? What I've noticed, just on the various Facebook pages, etc., we've got more people advertising for work. We've got shops out there promoting them. For the first time in years, they've actually had to put an ad out and say, hey, we want to fix your car. So I'm noticing them. With the staff ads, we've had more staff looking for work recently, the last couple of months, than we've had for the last 5-10 years. So as the market starts to constrict and shops close, or the volumes of work aren't there, next thing you know, there's more staff available for those that do have them. So that could be a plus. Typically though, just understand that if a bloke's going to drop his staff, he's not going to drop the best ones. So the blokes out there looking, I'll leave that with you. Positions vacant. We used to have 10 shops a week looking for staff. That's down to probably 4 or 5. So just an indicator of how it's just contracting. What the big contributor for this is, as people don't have as much money, they can't afford their excess. They'll make the claim, they're still having the accident, but they just can't afford the excess, so they just don't. They drive around. If you go down the highways, you'll see vehicles with the nicks and the bumps, and all these are telltale indicators from the 202 decline we had, the 08 decline. There's nothing new here, right? Nothing special. It's just what happens. So, but there are indicators that that's where it's going. So we know that that's what's happening, and we know where it starts and where it's going to finish. Batten down the hatches for it is what I'm saying. So just on that. Currently, and these are illustration only numbers, currently you'll do 10 jobs at $1,000 each, right, which is going to get you 10 grand, 9 grand your costs, $1,000 in your pocket. Should be about where you're at 10%. There are some of these big shops that are running on really lean margins. They're running on 2-4%. They're in trouble. But if you've got a well-run shop and you're running at 10% or better, then you've got room to move. So, but as a general term for the sake of this video, 10 jobs at $1,000, 9 grand's cost, 1 grand in your pocket. We move on. Now, where it's going to be, in 6 months' time, you're going to find that 10 jobs will be 9. And it's a little bit of a drop, but it's nothing major. Just means that you can knock off early on Friday or whatever. So I don't think most people aren't going to notice that job missing or be sad that it's missing. They're also going to notice that $1,000 job becomes $900. And that's going to happen largely around, the census are now going to be more time for looking at jobs, so put their lines through. Instead of them trying to do 20 jobs a day, if they're wound back to 15 a day, they've got a bit more time to be better at their job. You also got customers, and I'm seeing it myself, that can you do it cheaper, how much for cash, all those things that we haven't heard that sort of language for 5 years, and up until recently it's always been about, when can you do it, rather than how much to do it. So as the crunching comes into it, you're back to 900, and again, $1,000 job, can we do it for 900? Yeah, we'll make it work somehow. But when you add them two together, you only come in at $8,100. Now, your costs aren't going to go down that much. They'll go down a little bit, but not a lot. So you probably, for the sake of what I'm saying now, if you've still got the same staff, doing the jobs at 900, you still need the same amount of paint. Right, so you're not actually saving there. You might drop a staff member, you might not be paying overtime, which might save you a few of your costs, but overall your costs are about the same. The problem you've got then is that if you've only got that much money and you're there from a profit point of view, you're actually 900 in a loss. Get away and making a profit, so it becomes a big impact on your business, and you don't want to be there. But if you start out at 10% profit, coming down to that, you don't want to be. If this is at $8,000 loss, $8,000 in operating cost, and 2K profit, when you do that sum, you've still got something left over. It might only be a little bit, but at least it'll be something. So you really need to be now working on how can I get my profit margin to 20%. If you're not at 20%, why not? What can you look at? How can you go about doing that? It is doable. I've seen good businesses that can do it. So happy to talk to you about that later. So that's that. Staff ads, dollars. So one thing that I think you need to be looking at seriously, if you're currently doing 15 quotes and converting that into 10 jobs, that's probably okay. You know, I'm a big believer that if you win every job, you're too cheap. If you can't win 60%, you're a poor salesman. Right? You need to be at that 75%. So yeah, having it in around there is about normal. 15 quotes for 10 jobs. If you don't want to participate in that and you want to continue there, to get those 10 jobs at 1,000, you're probably going to need 20 quotes to get those 10 jobs. Again, not rocket science. So, how do you get those 10 jobs? How do you get those 20 quotes? This is where you get back into marketing and ads and how you go about drumming up business, which is another topic for another day. But if you understand that we're there and we're going to go to there, if you understand that 9 times 9 is a big hit on as opposed to 10 times 10, and you can understand why that's happening, and you've seen it yourself, at least you're forearmed. So have a think about that. If you've got any questions, please holler out. If you want to do some coaching, holler out. You know, we want to see you all successful. So thank you.